So into March we go with NK Maribor, and it looks like the league is going to go in our favour, but March got off to a pretty terrible start. Youngster Nico Osterek had to go and see a specialist for his hip injury, ruling him out for 6 months, or at least up to 6 months. So the rest of the season, the youngster we had called up to play in central midfield and give us a bit of support wasn't going to be available. And that set a bit of a tone because Sheji Ojo, a much more influential player, also picked up an injury, a twisted ankle, ruling him out for 6 weeks, which meant we're going to have to tweak our system. We'd been playing him off the right hand side. He's going to be now not available. So we're going to be moving to 2 attacking midfielders, sitting behind a low striker, and hopefully the goals don't dry up. So before the injury to Ojo, we actually took on Bistreka in the league, and it was a dominant start to March. An absolutely thumping win away from home, 6-0 we ended up winning this one. Ojo did get on the score sheet with the second of the game, firing it into the far post, which was lovely. Good defensive work from Andre Souza, won the ball back. He fed into Diman, into Tete, and he curled it into the corner. And yeah, I just don't think the opposition are going to be pretty happy playing us. Andre Souza got a penalty from the spot, fired it home, lovely stuff. Corner came into the box, Zelar fired it back into the danger area, and it was an own goal. And then we got another one. Ojo ran down the right hand side, laid it back to Freka, into Ojo again, and curls it past the keeper. An absolutely lovely finish to wrap up a 6-0 win. 20 shots to 6. We were dominant. Next up was cup action. This game was actually against Bistreka, and another good performance and another good win. Andre Souza firing us home into the bottom corner from the left wing back position. A penalty from them that the roof got in the way, so we didn't actually see how accurate it was, but it looked in the bottom corner. But we stole the ball back from Verhovek. Duda laid it in it went to Bunk, and he got a lovely goal to make it 2-1. Then we got the third and final goal. Souza with a corner, swung it in, cleared away, fell to Verhovek on the edge, laid it back, and a deflection took it in. But Cranch will be very happy with that one. 3-1 win. We march on in the cup. Next up in the league, we took on our big rivals Olimpia Ljubljana. An early red card for them saw the game swing in our favour, and Jan Repas put us 1-0 up in about the 68-69th minute. Olimpia did get back into the game, making it 1-1 from a left-hand sided cross. In it went to the striker, and he fired it past the keeper. But in the 92nd minute, a Souza corner was headed home by Zanzalar for his first goal for the club, and he was delighted. Our new signing at centre-back getting on the score sheet. And that game extended our unbeaten run to 17 games in the league, which was absolutely crazy. And in the last 3, we did make a change. As Bijug was dropped, and we brought in youngster Samo Pridgar, who signed a new contract and was really impressing in the games he had made. 0.33 expected goals prevented was much better than Asbjug was putting in his performances, with only getting a 0.01 expected goals prevented. So we sort of might be seeing a change of the guard here in terms of the goalkeepers. But yeah, Pridgar looks like he could be pretty useful, has a lot of consistency in his game, very young at 21, 6'3". I think he could be our goalkeeper for the future. But we were very quickly back in league action, taking on NAFTA, and it was another home win. Goalkeeping error just let the ball fall to Tete's feet, and he made it 1-0. We then got a second, Repas laying it out to Chuk. Chuk got forward on the right-hand side, or left-hand side, fired into the right-hand corner. 2-0, right on the stroke of half-time. Into the second half, and a poor defensive pass out, laid it in there. Tete fired home. 3-0, easy going, but not all positive, as Bunk picked up an injury and had to be taken off. We also missed a penalty as well in this one. And whilst that win did extend our unbeaten run in the league, it did also cost us 7 weeks of new signing Daniel Bunk, which is absolutely a nightmare. We are falling like flies, that's not the phrase, but our players are being taken out. We're being targeted by hard tackling, and it's having an effect. But in the last episode, you may remember that I said we got acknowledgement of a need for set-piece coaching, and the board said we could have a set-piece coach. So we went out and found our own set-piece maestro. We plumbed for Gianluca Canizzaro for no other reason than he had a slightly bigger dot over set pieces and was on a free transfer. So we brought him in, and he agreed to join us. We hired him in and we studied what he wants to do at set pieces, and for us, I'm intrigued because he likes to play near post in swinging corners, which is the meta. Also likes to have counter-attacking for defensive numbers and balanced attacking numbers. So this is going to be interesting to see if we see an uptake in set-piece goals, given we've now got an AI coach who likes the meta. Let's wait and see. And before we get to the final 2 games of this episode, there's some more injury news, as Bijug did not take getting dropped very well and decided to bruise his knee. 4 days he was out for. But on the plus side, we have qualified for the Europa League. I'm expecting us to get Champions League qualification, but I'll take the Europa League if it's what we get. But we went into our penultimate game against Bravo, penultimate game of the month, not of the season, and they took an early lead, a lovely ball over the top, gave them a lead inside 5 minutes. 20 minutes later, Duda swung in a corner. It was cleared away, our set-piece coach not having an effect just yet, but Repas from the edge of the box fired home. A penalty from the other Repas made it 2-1. It was soon enough 3-1 as well. Mikus Selenkovic on the left-hand side put in a cross, and Tete was there to head home at the back post like he's done so many times this season into the second half, and we wrapped it up, got our 4th and final goal as Duda, back from injury, fired it past the goalkeeper. A lovely performance in a relatively even match, both teams creating quite a lot in terms of XG, but we come out 4-1 winners. And after that, before the final game in March, we actually had the cup draw to get through in the Polka Pavarnio Union, and we knew that if we avoid Olimpia Ljubljana, we're in with a chance of winning this one, and luckily for us, they were drawn out of the hat first, and they drew Tabor Cesana, so they should be getting through that one and picking up a win. We came out as match number 3, taking on Radomilj, a team that we've been pretty successful against this season, and I'm expecting us to do the same. But the news wasn't done there. As we moved on, Bradley Mbondo picked up an injury. Another injury. 4 weeks out for him with a pulled calf muscle. We were stacking up the injuries for sure. Next up, we found out we got our new intake of youth players with a few good talents coming through, including Claudio Guerra, a San Marino international. I'm assuming he's going to be an international because he's come through a professional football club's intake. Is on there as well, which is very nice indeed. So a quick look at those players. Alexandra Horvat looks like he could be a pretty decent central midfielder for us in the future. Not looking too bad at all. Then we do have Claudio Guerra, the goalkeeper from San Marino, which I know will get quite a lot of attention in the comments section if I know my fans down there. Next up, Denis Gobec, the Slovenian, comes through at 16 years old, 5'4", a bit injury prone as well, but could have some good potential. Left winger. I don't know if I said that in his position. Next up was Vinko Poletti, the Croatian central defender, came through. Had a few cons in there, but I'm hoping that his bravery and his fitness will pull him through and allow him to develop for a player for us in the future. And last but not least, Klemen Resic came through. A winger on the right-hand side, Slovenian, and we're hoping that he can do very well. Brings with him good consistency at the age of 16, so a positive start for him. So we were having so many issues with injuries, the board decided to give me an injury update, and head physio, Almendin Marhomovic, came through and said, we've actually seen a 36% decrease in injuries so far this season compared to what we would expect on average. I don't believe him, because that's a lot of injuries that we've currently got in our team. Maybe 36% over the whole season, or decrease over the whole season, is fine, but I think as it stands, this is quite a lot, and that is one of the issues of not controlling your own training. Obviously, we've delegated absolutely everything other than transfers to the assistant manager and the backroom staff who should be in charge of it. So yeah, injuries a bit of a problem, but we did get into the final game of the season, and it was a thoroughly dominant performance against Cooper, which resulted in a 1-0 win. Our lovely goal came from some poor goalkeeping, to be honest. Verhovec got the winner, and it was a dominant performance. 20 odd shots to their 3. They didn't even have one on target. A very easy 1-0 win to wrap out March. And that was that, really. It was a fantastic March, other than all the injuries. 6 wins from 6. We are qualified for the Europa League, although I do think we'll get the Champions League. We're into the next round of the Cup, which will be coming up in the next episode. And just to top it all off, we had a clean sweep, a complete clean sweep in Player of the Month. First place for Benjamin Teta, second place for Blas Verhovec, and third for Andre Souza, which was absolutely superb. Benjamin Tete scoring 4 goals with 1 assist in 5 games with an average rating of 7.44. Blas Verhovec can probably feel a little bit gutted actually, because he got an average rating of 7.48 but just didn't have as many goal contributions, so had to deal just with second place. But we go into April, ending March as the league leaders, as you would expect, and it is very, very comfortable now. That win over Olympia gave us a nice little cushion at the top of the table. We've only lost 2 games all season. We have the first in the top goal scorer, first in the highest average rating, and both of those are Benjamin Tete, who I'm going to be very, very upset to lose at the end of the season. But thank you so much for watching. We'll be back to putting a bit more data into these videos as soon as I can. At the moment I'm sort of playing catch up where I went away for 3 weeks, but we will get back to it, especially at the end of the season. We'll have a big data-led review of all of our players, seeing where we might need to improve and what the strategy is going to be moving into the transfer window at the end of the season. But for now, that's March. We'll be back with April. What a month that is. My birthday month. See you then. Cheers.